Today's episode of the Get Home Safe podcast contains explicit language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
It's time to play ball. Welcome to the podcast with no limits. Whether it be sports, current events, or random thoughts, this is the place to step in and stay a while. Your host is a proud alumnus of Rio Hondo Prep, a former minor league baseball umpire, and a man with strong opinions. Welcome to the Get Home Safe podcast and your host, Matt Ursuma.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Get Home Safe. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. That means it's time for Bill Barnes on the weekly Wednesday weigh-in. The retired police officer and retired college baseball umpire joins us every single week for a very strong opinion and very random thoughts. Once again, here is the one and only Bill Barnes.
Greetings, one and all. Another Wednesday. I've lived another week. Although we can't say the same for Tawny Katane, can we?
Oh, rest in peace.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
You know what's funny is about 4 or 5 years ago, after my last divorce, I got on Bumble like every other, crazy white, black, Hispanic, Asian American man does to try to, get something stirred up. Because you don't pick up, at my age, you don't pick up women in bars anymore. That's for sure. Mm. So I got on Bumble, and lo and behold, I'm swiping through, and there's Tawny Katane on Bumble.
Wow.
So I swiped right on her, like probably 9 million other guys did. And I'm thinking I'm going to hear from her at any point in time. Well, I haven't, and there's probably a good chance now I won't.
Oh.
So she has a valid excuse now not to want to date me.
Oh, so, Bill, wow. Anyway. Bringing it out of the gate today. Wow.
Well, hey.
So was she an actress? I don't know.
She was kind of I think she was just like a glorified groupie, to be honest with you. She did a little acting. She did some modeling. She was on some White Snake videos, long, tall, blonde with long legs and a nice chest, doing this, doing that. She was married to pitcher Chuck Finley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had a couple of daughters, and evidently that ended poorly. She was angry and she was arrested for domestic battery back in, I believe, 2002 when he was with the Cleveland Indians. So she's, I think she had some substance abuse issues, whether it was drugs, booze, or both. I don't know. But when one dies at 59, that's usually the case, suddenly. So that was, that was upsetting just to read that because,
but you were a big fan.
I liked her.
Yeah.
And then, she was OJ's side piece.
Oh,
when he was married to Nicole
really?
Back in the early 90s, I believe. He admitted to that in his deposition when he was found liable, not guilty, but liable for the deaths of his estranged ex-wife and the waiter. So that came out. So she's been around. She got around a little bit, and she had a good life, I guess. I don't know. But rest in peace, Tawny.
Yeah, and this is some more sad news, Bill, that just broke, and I'm trying to find more information on it. But former Hawaii quarterback Colt Brennan, who was an Orange County kid, passed away 37 years old. I'm not sure what the situation is here, but very sad news. Had an incredible season at Hawaii, took them to a big bowl game. Was kind of a backup or whatever in the NFL, but
yeah, he was a big time passer. He was his coach was
June Jones,
who liked to throw the ball a little bit.
Yeah,
in fact, he liked to throw the ball about 70, 80 times a game.
Yeah,
and the games would last about 7.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to watch the broadcasts. They were an old wax school,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, he could sling it.
Yeah,
and that's too bad.
Yeah,
37, way too young.
I don't know what that's about, but
we can all speculate.
Yeah,
that's not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, he played at Saddleback College before going to Hawaii. So again, throwing the ball around quite a bit. Orange County kid. Wow, more sad news. That is very, very, very sad. Well, Bill, a few things. Of course, we love bouncing around a few different ideas. We didn't get many questions this week, but let's get to the one that we did here. I forgot to prep you on this. It's nothing too fancy or anything. This is from our good friend Todd Carson.
Coach, how are you?
Yeah, it's a three-part question here. One, why do they ask for your license and registration when they pull you over? If you have a license, can't they look up your registration?
Well, they want to see if it matches what they're going to look up.
Okay.
And they want to see that you have valid registration for the vehicle, and that the registration matches the plates, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's a checks and balance thing.
Mm-hmm. Because Todd says every time I've been pulled over, the first thing they ask is for license and registration. He says, should I just have that in my hands when they get to the window?
No, don't have anything in your hands when they get to the window.
Clean hands.
Clean hands.
Yeah.
Put them in the 10 and 2 position on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm. And then what exactly are they doing when they go back to their vehicle with your license and registration?
They are running warrant checks on you to make sure you're not a wanted felon. Even if you are, they're just going to write you a ticket and send you on your way, because nobody goes to jail nowadays, which we'll get into later.
2021. Yeah.
So, I have a solution, Todd. Don't get stopped anymore.
Stop breaking the law.
Yeah,
No.
stop at the stop sign, stop at the red lights, don't speed, and don't talk on your cell phone when you're driving.
Todd strikes me as a complete stop guy at
I'm
stop
sure he
signs.
is. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of levity to a very, very serious situation.
Very good point indeed. Well, Bill, we just recorded our Tuesday appetizer show. It is Tuesday today, of course, as we're recording a little later. And you're fired up, man. You came in here hot as always, but extra fired up and really out of the gate in our preview show. Laid down some law here. So what's on your mind?
Well, I'm getting fed up with the fact that it's unsafe to leave your home in California, Southern California especially. Everybody has guns. The bad guys have guns. The homeless have guns. Transients have guns. Housewives have guns. Everybody has guns, and and people are shooting people.
Mm-hmm.
And, the statistics are up 80-90% on murders, on felonious assaults with shootings. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And no one's going to jail because of this ridiculous zero bail situation, which should have never transpired in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID is pretty much 95% done, especially in California, because we're opening up. We're in the yellow tier in LA County, which
Safe now,
which I thought would never happen under this, administration
regime.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's cut the bullshit. If we have to build jails in abandoned buildings where transients are, kick the transients out and put the criminals in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if the transients don't want to leave, put them in there with them. Let's put a fence around these assholes. Okay. Let's restrict their movement to where they're going to hurt people and bother people. And come on, it is ridiculous, the fact that we as very high tax-paying community members have to be surrounded with this kind of filth, with this kind of crime, because our gutless, lazy, pie in the sky, in the pocket of corrupt criminals, in the pocket of drug cartel, democratic leadership won't do anything about it. The only way you're going to change this is if you vote those sons of bitches out.
I can't see that happening in California. Anyway.
Well, no, because all the constituents of these Democrats are criminals, illegals, and complete shitbirds.
You know what I want to know? I want to ask the audience out there. Maybe somebody knows. I could go states. Let's go cities. I want somebody to find me a well-run city that is governed by a Democrat.
Yeah.
One or two,
okay.
just a couple. I would say state, but that's,
good luck with
bigger
that.
picture. I'll bring
Good
it
luck
down.
with that.
LA, no. New York City, no.
San Francisco,
San Francisco,
absolutely not.
no.
Seattle, absolutely not. Portland, absolutely not. San Diego, absolutely not. Maybe Austin, Texas.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Is it a Democrat? Never mind.
I would think that's
I think
Democrat now
that's-
because
well, I don't know.
Austin's changing a little bit.
I don't know.
But anyway, Austin should be a California city. But anyway,
Let's just give California back to Mexico. And let's just be done with it and force everybody that wants to be safe to move,
yeah.
to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it back to them.
I asked this.
Give it back to them.
Why not Yeah.
Let's trade Baja for California. All us folks that want to be safe and nice and great, let's go to Baja. Everybody, all the cartels and dregs and shitbirds of the world that live in Baja can come to California. No questions asked. It's like we're going to pass each other in the hallway as we go and they go, and we're going to have Baja now.
It's an interesting trade. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, it might have to throw in another a draft pick or something in there to complete that trade. But what?
It's open for negotiation.
Yeah,
A province to be named later. I don't know. I mean, come on.
Well said, Bill.
Let's get the Yucatan too. It's a nice area. I love Cancun. Let's throw Cancun in the mix.
I like it.
You can have all of California.
Oh man. Yeah, the Golden State. I said this to your point in the preview show, but I find it interesting that whenever there's gun violence, people automatically go to how evil guns are, how bad guns are. Oh, guns kill people, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. However, when an officer pulls the trigger, a police officer pulls the trigger, then it is the individual. Well, the cops are evil, not the gun. So which one is it, gun critics, all these gun control people out there? And Bill, I understand what you're saying too. There's a lot of criminals out there who have guns, and they're always going to have guns because they don't follow the law naturally, but people have a right to defend themselves as well. I don't know. You're.
Oh, yes, they do.
You're very supportive of that.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm. So very sad. Yeah. What was it? Times Square. There was a shooting, I think, in New York City.
Because some guy was shooting his brother. An innocent 4-year-old kid got shot. People they don't care. It's just it's the Wild West now out there.
And you know who was carrying that kid and running with them to safety, carrying a police officer, not some random protester or something,
putting themselves in harm's way, running with the kid through the quagmire of the gunshots to putting the kid to safety. Go figure.
Yeah. So you're just fed up with the state of.
I'm to the point now where somebody looks cross-eyed at me while I'm driving. They've got a gun pointed at them. Fuck them. I'm serious because I don't know what they have.
Yeah.
To the point I'm not gonna it's not showing. It's done in a very clandestine manner. But I'm serious. I'm not fucking around anymore with these people. I'm tired of this shit.
Got to be prepared.
Yes.
Prepared is good. Yeah, it's wild.
I lose my shit probably 3 or 4 times a day on the road now by these ignorant fucking drivers. You either got these assholes in these Dodge Chargers or Dodge Challengers that drive about 170 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, and they think they're cool. They're tinted windows. I would love to see them crash and burn and die in front of me, right in front of me. Okay. Or you've got these busted down trucks that's hauling all kinds of yard equipment. They're doing 35 miles an hour on the freeway. I would like to see them just extinguish themselves too somehow. Get off the road, you idiot. Get off the freeway.
Yeah. Too many people have licenses, or too many people are driving without licenses here in California. Yeah, Bill, you got to stay off the road, man.
I do. I really do. I
stay home.
I need a vacation in the worst way. I need a good night's sleep. I need vacation. Maybe a shot of Demerol and some clean sheets. I don't know. What do you think?
Just pass out. Go home safe and pass out, man.
Christ.
Let me ask you. This comes to mind. We're talking about jails and prison, criminals and everything. What are your arguments to people that say, well, jails are overcrowded, or we put too many?
I don't care if you put 10 fuckers in a cell. Okay, I don't care.
I agree with you.
I don't care. I don't buy it. We've got plenty of abandoned buildings that the transients are now using for their homes and burning down because they have these fires that they like to burn. There's an average of 4 to 5 homeless encampment fires in the city of LA a day off the freeways, where it fucks up traffic. You breathe in that dirty shit. I went to LA the other day and I saw 2 of them on the 101 freeway as I drove, and I'm like, and Garcetti doesn't care.
No.
I think if he's smart, he will abandon LA because he's completely fucked it up. Go to India, get COVID, and die. Okay. Go to India, try to do something there, and if the cards are right, you will succumb.
Wow, Bill.
I don't like the guy.
I understand.
I don't like the guy, and I'm not wishing it upon him. I'm just using that as a for instance. Okay. I'm not threatening him. I'm just letting a natural thing happen to him. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Natural
Okay?
selection process.
Would I be upset if he dropped dead? To be honest with you, would I be upset? Absolutely not. Him, Mike Bonin, the other bonehead that's a city councilman down there that's fucked up Venice and West LA beyond recognition. No, I don't. I wish nothing but horrible things for them.
Interesting.
I despise them.
Ugh.
They are ruining a good way of life.
Yeah.
For the first time in California's history, there's been more people moving out than moving in. It's no longer the Golden State.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It's the Golden Shower State.
Yeah.
With a big brown turd on top of it.
Gas prices continue to climb, man. Every time I drive by, I'm like, okay, maybe can I find something under $4? Nope. No, you can't. Even Costco's getting up there. I mean, it's crazy. But hey, Trump's gone, right? That's the important part. Everybody, yeah.
And these assholes that, because you bring up a point about how inept and how fucked up Democrats are, they say, well, how Trumpian of you.
What is,
come on.
These people accuse Trump's supporters as being obsessed with Trump.
He's gone, folks.
He's gone. Move on.
He's gone. And I don't think he's going to run again.
Create your policies. Quit talking about the past.
Because that's all you can do. You badmouth us, but you can't say anything positive.
Nothing.
About what Biden is.
Not one thing.
Not one thing. I have not heard one thing from any Biden supporters saying, well, he's done this. No, he's fucked everything up he touches.
Yeah. It's all theory. It's all fake stuff. Like, the environment's going to be better. Stop it. Just stop all that.
Stop.
Cheap gas, lower taxes, pay police officers. Ron DeSantis, God bless him, Bill. You know what he did? He told the rioters and he says, hey, don't stay out of our state. You know what? Because you will be dealt with swiftly, and we're giving cops a raise. Yeah. So try it. Right. I love this guy.
Ron DeSantis is great.
Oh my goodness. Knows how to,
he's a dying breed, man. He's a dinosaur.
Wow. Support the blue. I love it. Back in his troops. I can't think of other.
What a novel idea.
What a concept. Bill, let's switch gears here a little bit. Now you've kissed a few ladies in your day, right? A couple here and there.
One or two.
Yeah.
My mom and my grandma. Yeah. That's about it.
Well, in that case, you might want to use a mask, but did you see Vice President Kamala Harris kiss her husband? Both of them wearing masks as she's about to get on a plane. Both two vaccinated people, by the way, who kiss each other with masks on.
Well, number one, that's the only way. If someone had a gun to my head and they said, you have to kiss Kamala Harris, that's the only way I would kiss her if she had a mask on. Okay. So for that reason, I don't blame the guy, even though it's her husband. I don't blame him. And number two, it's completely ridiculous. You're right. Two vaccinated people kissing with a fucking mask on. Unbelievable.
I don't want to get too graphic here, but that you raises eyebrows for other,
it's
loving activities.
It's crazy. It's lunacy. You cannot rationalize with the irrational.
No, not at all. And part of me deep down thinks that some of this irrationality is like theater. It's like, hey, let's do this today just to see who we can piss off and stir up.
Whatever happened to a guy sitting down, having some red meat, some whiskey, a baked potato, a big slice of cheesecake when he's done, topping it off with a cigar, and then keep on drinking Johnny Walker Red the rest of the night. Whatever happened to that?
God bless America. Okay.
All right. Or driving a big Cadillac with no catalytic converter, throwing your McDonald's wrappers out the window. Whatever happened to those? Are there any real Americans left?
Oh man, I don't know.
Driving an Oldsmobile Tornado, that gets about 4 miles to the gallon. Are there any real Americans left?
I don't think so, man. It's a new world. You know what I hate?
We're driving our fucking Dodge Priuses. Eating seaweed.
Dodge Prius.
I'm sorry, Toyota Prius. Eating seaweed. Drinking your alligator juice. And come on. Stand the fuck up. People.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. You're right. You're absolutely right. And oh, can't keep it together sometimes. Cause the whole, what I hate hearing is, well, the world is changing. The world is evolving. No, I don't want the world to change and evolve. I want, I want normal, but you can't even say that word anymore. It's offensive
Normal.
to someone.
Don't want to see it. We are like a big brown turd.
Oh boy.
That's getting flushed down a toilet. It's on a time lapse. It's on a slow motion, and we're circling the drain, going down. And when it's over, it's over.
Yeah. This is not a good direction. We're going. Ending the pandemic. It's magically ending. It's
amazing what a recall does to.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm recalled. Hey guys, no more restrictions here.
Open.
Yeah, Governor Newsom. Yeah, Emperor Newsom. I got to tell you though, man, you know where it's over is Texas. God bless Texas. They got 100% capacity crowd for their baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
They had 73,000 people in attendance for the big boxing event on Saturday. Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, I saw plenty of video, Bill. Those people are not living in fear. They are enjoying themselves. They are there to party. They are there to live. And man, it was a great sight to see, at least from my eyes. I thought it was awesome.
That's the way it should be around the country.
Open up. You know what I saw? So the Atlanta Braves opened up, right? And this was a cool thing. Of course, the media didn't cover this, but they just criticized the Braves for opening up to full capacity. You know what the Atlanta Braves have at their stadium is an area where you can get vaccinated if you want. Just providing options for people. I think
you don't have to have appointments anymore.
Yeah.
In LA, they've opened it up. They can't give the shit away, And I say, fine. If look, it's like I said before, if you're handing out life rafts and the ship's going down, if you think you can swim,
if you can swim, you can swim. Yeah.
Me, I'm not a good swimmer. Give me the donut so I can tread water till I'm rescued.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great analogy.
All right. Now, but don't hold me hostage because somebody doesn't want one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, I because you're not letting anyone on your raft on your, it's you made the decision. Hey, by all means.
Ridiculous.
I'm not a great swimmer, but I can swim.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's happening. It's like almost like the more and more you see things open like this, I think the more people won't have a choice. These dictator states, they're not going to have a choice but to open up fully because you can't look around the rest of the country and be like, what the heck's going on out here?
Okay, we have people that live in very, very, very small glass houses, such as the idiot governor in Michigan.
Oh yeah,
idiot governor in New York, Cuomo, who thinks he's Rico Suave. All right. I got news for you, Cuomo. You're a fucking moron. Okay. You're a complete, you're a killer and you're a sexual abuser. You shouldn't even be in office. I mean, here's the thing. They throw, there was a guy who, the New York, who was it that got dismissed on a mere allegation from the New York Mets? Was it their pitching coach?
Oh, Mickey.
No, not him.
Not
somebody
him?
else. God dang it. Anyway, mere allegation, and they relieved him of duty.
Oh, the GM.
The GM.
Yeah.
Okay. Why isn't Cuomo relieved of duty?
There were some text messages or something.
Come on.
But same city or same state, I should say.
What are we doing?
It's funny who the media protects.
It's ridiculous. The media is our worst enemy right now.
Oh, of course.
They are the far left leaning state-run media. We're no worse. We're no better than communist China. We're no better than all these communist bloc nations that the media runs the country.
Yeah. Well, and then when you censor free speech, you take away people's ability for free speech. And I mean, that's the beginning of it all.
Some of the shit I say on here, I'm surprised there hasn't been masked henchmen.
Oh, it's coming.
Breaking into my house at night and cutting my throat. All right. Seriously, I'm surprised. I probably need to hire some protection, some bodyguards, but they'll get corrupted. They'll pay them off and they'll be able to come in and have their way with me.
Like
then,
the Godfather.
Yeah. And then, I'll wake up with a horse head in my, on my bed and, they'll come in and slice me from ear to ear.
Oh,
I'm expecting that any day now.
Yeah. Just don't wake you up. Just
do
let
it. Yeah. Shoot. Give me a shot first.
Yeah.
Make it painless.
Just let me go out. Painless. Absolutely. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean,
take me out Anna Nicole Smith style.
Oh, Bill.
Oh God. Oh,
Too soon. Come on, Bill.
I'd rather do that than go out JFK style.
Oh. How about no style? Create it your
That'd
own.
be nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
JFK. Tragedy. But let's talk a little let's talk a little sports here, Bill.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice change.
Some sports news. Two guys who used to kind of play together. I want you to comment on first Albert Pujols and then follow that up with kind of your thoughts on Tony La Russa, who I know you're very critical of.
Tony. Anyway, well, Albert, great baseball player for 20 years. I mean, 660 home runs or however many it is. I think he stayed a day, probably a year or two late. Should have retired. It's a horrible way to go out. The Angels should have handled it better, even though maybe their intentions were. And if depending on who you listen to, is how Albert took it bad and started yelling and screaming. So they might have said, "Okay, screw him. Let's just, designate him for assignment," rather than giving him a little ceremony and letting him retire on his own. It is what it is. It was handled poorly, any way you look at it. As far as Tony goes, Tony, dude, put on your smoking jacket, go to your house, sit in a chair, and just let the game go on without you. It's passed you by.
It was doing just fine without you.
I mean,
he had to come back for some reason.
Tony is the perennial guy that I used to see when I was a young cop in my early mid-20s. I'd come in for, roll call in the morning, and there'd be 3 fossils sitting in the front row. And I'm thinking, who are these guys? These are old motor cops that retired 30 years ago that still want to come in the morning and just listen to the guys, just be with the guys. And then they mosey on and go home and take a nap and do it again the next day. Well, God bless them. God bless them. But at some point in time, you're kind of like frowned upon, and you think, this feeble old guy, he has nothing else to do. In this case, with Tony, he's got nothing else to do. Okay, he's in his mid 70s. He's shown his ineptness in being a manager by screwing up 2 pitching changes, screwing up a extra inning deal because he didn't know the rules. Okay, and he's not relying on his bench coach. I mean, you got a third base coach there with the White Sox, Joe McEwing, who would do a great job. He's young, he's energetic. I can't believe that Eddie Einhorn, he must. Is that who the man? That it's the owner, right?
Eddie,
of the White Sox. Is it Eddie Einhorn? Is that his name?
Feinsdorf?
Oh yeah, Eddie Riebenstorf. What's his
Jerry?
name?
No,
Jerry. Okay, Eddie Einhorn.
Jerry Reinsdorf.
Did I get that? Maybe I'm getting as feeble as La Russa, for God's sakes. Oh, it's Reinsdorf. Jerry Reinsdorf.
Jerry Reinsdorf.
Okay. What the fuck am I doing? Are you serious right now?
I'm going, who in the
Dave DeBuscher, Dave DeBuscher. Goddamn Willis Reed. What, why aren't these guys, doing, anyway. Okay. He must owe something to La Russa. I mean, get this. Tony La Russa was the manager of the White Sox in 78 or 79.
Eddie Einhorn was the minority owner of the White Sox.
Well, then there you go. There you go, brain donors. I'm not as fucked up as I think I am. Okay. Okay. All right. I knew I had an Eddie Einhorn in the back of my brain somewhere. Okay. But folks, he was the manager 40 some years ago. And now he's back. I mean, good God, that's like having Jimmy Carter come back and be president. What are we doing?
Oh boy. Yeah. Come on, Tony. Although he's got his club in first place, Bill.
Well, it's not by his doing.
Yeah.
It's not. And Tony, from what I understand, I know guys that played for him in St. Louis. He's a veteran guy. He loves veterans. He loves veterans. He's not a big guy, big advocate of young players. So it's a big switch for him to switch gears and take on this role as being a mentor and all this good stuff. Well, maybe these guys need a grandfather. I don't know. But hey, my 2 cents is, Tony, you've been a great manager. You're in the Hall of Fame. Go home.
I just can't imagine the travel. I know they fly charter jets and everything, but the travel of
I mean,
Major League
Frank
Baseball.
Robinson was a manager in his 70s with the Nationals.
Yeah.
Dusty is still managing with the with now the Astros. I think he's about 70, 72.
Yeah, still
But,
sharp.
Dusty Sharp, he's he's got his plumber gloves on all the time.
Yeah.
Those black gloves he's wearing. I think he's going to go snake a toilet in between innings or something, but I don't understand that. And I've never understood a manager wearing sweatbands.
Hey, just ready to play, I guess. I don't know.
Good Lord.
Bobby Cox used to wear cleats. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
What is this? A Los Angeles district attorney drops death penalty for murder suspects.
Shocking.
There's a great idea.
Shocking.
Oh, yeah.
Shocking. There's another guy that needs to get in a fiery plane crash.
Oh, my goodness.
And perish and burn. And that's Gascon.
Does not value human life at all. If you don't hold people accountable
he's a bad
to the
guy.
highest extent.
He's a bad guy. He might as well be the public defender in LA County. Bad guy. There's no reasoning with people that they just throw out things that they think are good ideas. Or here's a guy, Gascon, who was a piece of shit, a complete and utter bloody turd as a police administrator, the Los Angeles Police Department. He then went to Mesa, Arizona, fucked that place up. He then went to the Bay Area, which is impossible to fuck up because it's already fucked up. He was appointed DA, didn't win DA. He was appointed DA when Kamala Harris was appointed attorney general. So you created one mistake with another. He was appointed by Newsom. He's never won an election except for the rigged one down here in LA, which he should go and kiss the former DA, Jackie Lacey's husband, right on the lips for pointing the gun at those Black Lives Matter people that were on his porch, because that's probably helped him get elected.
Wow. So
this man is a bad guy. He hates white people. He's a complete racist. He loves to advocate for minorities, even when they're suspects, even when they're convicted felons. He advocates for them and wants rehabilitation rather than punishment. What kind of DA is that? Just do your fucking job. You're not a social worker and you're not a defense attorney.
Seems to be quite concerned for violent criminals. I mean, he is just an advocate of these people.
I have to say, I wrote a piece I wrote a piece on Facebook the other day on what happened here with dismissing a death penalty case on
Anthony Avalos.
Yes,
for the parents, the young kid
who they beat to death over and over and over again.
Fourth grader, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. I wrote the following, and I'm surprised I have not been arrested. I'm surprised they didn't throw me off Facebook. I'm surprised that I didn't get a knock on the door from some henchman somewhere, but I'll read it to you. It goes as following. Here, let me pick it up. I wrote the following. Let me pick it up. I should have this shit ready to go here. My apologies to everyone. I should have it ready. Here it is. I said, so Gascon, let me ask you this. If somebody walked into your office and put a gun in your mouth and pulled the trigger and blew out what little brains you have, do you have it in writing somewhere that the death penalty would not be sought? ? If so, I think there are plenty of suitors. Answer that, you gutless, spineless coward.
Well said, Bill.
Well, again, I'll probably,
Of course you will.
Yeah.
Anthony Avalos was actually tortured as a young kid.
Yes.
I got to ask the people out there who are against the death penalty. Think of the most horrible thing that could happen to a family member of yours. You're telling me that you would not want to see justice and see that person executed. Speaking of executions, Bill, I think you'll like this. Did you hear down in South Carolina, in order to say they're going to start saving money on their executions, they're bringing back firing squads.
I think it's great.
Let's do it.
All 50 states. All 50 states. Absolutely.
You torture and kill a young child. Yeah. You're being executed.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask our viewing audience. If you found out that one of your loved ones, a mother, husband, child, God forbid, anybody, son, daughter, was brutally raped, tortured, beheaded and killed in that fashion, would you want that person to live? Would you want that person not to pay the ultimate price with their life?
Oh, I'd want them to go think about what they've done in a cell for a long time.
Let's
and
put them in timeout.
Yeah, put them on timeout.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just a little 2-minute minor in a penalty box.
Think of the
No
most
big deal.
egregious thing a human being could do to someone, which in this case was torture a kid for years, and he finally died. Okay, and these folks should live. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Tell me where they're at right now, and I'll personally go kill them. I mean, come on.
South Carolina's House of Representatives voted to force inmates to die by electric chair or firing squad when lethal injections are unavailable. I like it. I like it.
Great.
I mean, hey,
it's great.
You have to feel.
I think you should
fear.
I think the death penalty should be: you walk up to someone, you open their mouth, you put the gun in their mouth, and you pull the trigger.
Ooh!
You just blow their shit out right
wow.
then and there.
It's graphic.
Well, hey, let me tell you something.
I'd start with a kneecap personally. I go kneecap, work my way up.
Let's put an end to this bullshit.
Yeah. If you're gonna,
now
the funny thing is people out there are gonna be like, you guys are barbaric, blah blah blah. You want to defend criminals who are ripping apart little kids and beating them to death, but we're the animals because I believe in justice and holding people accountable for evil. But we don't care. The Los Angeles DA is sickening. He's a coward. There's a plenty of other things I want to call him too. It's just the state, the city, everything about it.
Gutless pile of shit.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and I can't think of anything lower.
It's unbelievable.
It's got corn and it's got blood in it too. How's that?
Okay, let's switch over to something. Okay, some more. Okay, I saw this in baseball. This happened last night. And of course, the announcers said, "This is great. That's so funny." Two grown men, professional athletes, acting like children in a baseball game, doing a national anthem standoff. Now, for those that don't know, the national anthem's played, and then teams leave the foul line or whatever, and usually there's a guy on each team who stands there at attention, ridiculously.
Who did this last night?
This was in the Reds game, I want to say.
Who did this?
I'll look it up right now. But we saw this in high school and college baseball plenty. Now I saw it in minor league baseball.
Well, I saw, what's his name? I saw Joe Kelly and the guy for the Dodgers, who's no longer in baseball, do it in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Remember that a few years ago?
Shows you how important the games are to those guys when they're.
I mean, what sense does that make?
Well, this has always been my argument with it. You know what? Oh, it's just fun in games. Okay, first of all, it's making an absolute mockery of the national anthem.
Which has been done over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, these is even before people are taking knees and everything. You are completely disrespecting the process of standing there at attention for the national anthem and making all about you afterward to stand there. Look how stupid I am standing there for the national anthem standoff. Isn't this fun, Bill? Isn't this fun? And finally, in college baseball, they had to put a rule in to put a stop to this stuff.
Yes, they did.
And I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was.
I could have enforced it many times. I mean, you know how many times I ran down, take my position, and there's some Klondike standing along the first base line still. And I said, dude, I'm going to eject you, and your head coach is going with you.
Yeah.
You better fucking stand down. And I didn't know.
I didn't know
anything.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 innings later, I'd go over and tell the skipper, hey, just so you know, your fucking moron here almost got you kicked out. Oh, Bill, thanks, man. You know what? I got to talk to him. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to bench him for 15 games. Well, he's benched anyway because he's just one of your, rah-rah guys.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been a shame if your rah-rah guy got booted and you had to go with him for 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm sure your athletic director and your college president would be really, really, really proud of you for neglecting your duty.
Yeah. What did he get ejected for?
For what?
Yeah.
Okay.
For standing there like an idiot.
Right.
Disrespecting the anthem.
Yeah. And then your head coach, you pay to coach a game.
To tell. Yeah. He's got to go now.
He's got to go too.
And because he can't police his guys. But I remember seeing this the first time.
I was always very, very hesitant to do that because I always thought, the rule's there. Yeah, it is. But I always thought, you know what? I'm not going to get backed up on this. I always thought my league assigner would not back me up, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
I really did.
No,
I felt like these guys aren't going to have my back.
Yeah.
on this.
There's things they say
And then in reality,
well,
yeah.
could this have been handled
Could you have
better?
talked them down?
Yeah. Could you have talked them off the ledge?
Could you have given them their warning?
Of course, this is a utility guy and a relief pitcher. Reds utility guy, Alex Blandino, and Pirates relief pitcher, Luis Oliveto. So they trying to be relevant, I guess. And then Chris Conway, the umpire's like, can you guys get off the field so we can start the game? Like, are you gonna?
They don't have any teeth. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's not a rule in place now to enforce that.
It's childish.
Buffoonery.
It's childish and it's disrespectful. And
absolutely.
And people, it's just a game. Let it be fun. Let it have. Come on, man. Little leaguers do it. Yeah, that's the point. Is little leaguers do it.
Or you know what? Let them stay out the whole. Let them stay there the whole way. And if they get smacked by just let them stay there. Let them stay there.
Yeah.
Let them. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? I need a vacation. I need rest.
You're the only retired guy I know that needs a vacation every week.
I'm working harder now than I ever worked when I was working full time.
You are working long shifts.
And I need a vacation.
Take one.
God damn, I need a vacation.
Why not?
Anyway,
let's see. Chicago sounds great this time of year.
No.
Maybe New York City. What?
No, I'm not going to be anywhere in this fucking country. I'll tell you that right now.
How sad is it that you got to leave the country for freedom?
I'm going to go to maybe a Taipei or someplace where I can breathe a little easy. Taipei. Or
Okay, here's another topic that I'm sure some people, you're on one side of the fence or the other on. Tim Tebow is making an NFL comeback. He signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars to reunite with Urban Meyer. Apparently, he's going to try playing tight end. And all right, it's like, cool. Good for you, Tim. But of course, people are up in arms. I can't believe Tim Tebow is signed to a roster and not Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, can Colin Kaepernick play tight end?
I don't know. I know
if he can, and if he's effective, then sign the motherfucker.
Yeah,
but I guarantee he can't.
I don't know.
And I guarantee you Tebow can't. It's a publicity stunt because Urban Meyer is now the coach at Jacksonville and they need to get asses in the chairs. Mm-hmm. And it's a publicity stunt.
Yeah, of course.
So you know what? Just read between the lines on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer, in my opinion, is just a weird guy. Okay. I used to watch him on the he would have meltdowns at the pregame meal, probably, okay, about being so stressed out and stressed, and then during the games he looked like a expectant father of 14. I mean, he was a mess, and he was not at all good as a halftime commentator for college football. He looked like a complete fish out of water, So this may be his niche. I doubt it. I can't see professional football players responding to his rah high school, college way of coaching.
I think he's going to have to change his tone big time. And I am curious the people he brings in around him to tell him, hey, it doesn't work here. Or whatever.
How do you tell him anything?
True.
How do you tell this guy anything?
Well, that's why when you bring in a guy,
people were telling him, "Hey, you got a coach that's a domestic abuser." Did he listen?
He's like, "Huh? What?
What?
Who are we playing this week?"
What?
Yeah, that was.
So you know what? He doesn't. He's people don't change.
No. But like bringing Tebow in, yeah, he probably is not going to be very productive or anything, but he's a team guy.
He can lead the team prayer.
Yeah, absolutely. He kneels to pray instead of kneeling for to protest police violence and wear pig socks and wear I haven't seen Tim Tebow wear a who's the Cuban dictator, a Fidel Castro shirt. I mean, I haven't seen Tim Tebow do any of those things, Kaepernick. And you know what, Kaepernick doesn't want to play football. He wants to be a martyr. He's made a career out of it.
He's a professional victim.
He got his tryout. Yeah. He actually switched his tryout, telling teams where to come find him and everything. He doesn't want to play football. So all you Kaepernick supporters out there, quit trying to defend him.
Right.
All right.
Move on.
Yeah. Move on.
It's no longer relevant.
No.
Let's bring Y.A. Tittle back. Other than the fact he's dead, we can't, come on.
Oh boy. Oh, that's funny, Bill. What else we got in the news today? I'm trying to figure out a few. Bill, I know you don't golf much, but think about this for a minute. If you could play golf, any golf foursome, you and 3 other people from history, from the future, whatever, who would be 3 people you would love to play a round of golf with? Or even if you're not playing golf, just sit and have drinks with, whatever you want to you want to do, but I heard that the other day and I thought it was interesting.
Okay, here's the 3. Tiger Woods, once he gets his wheel back, okay, he's got a flat tire. Once he gets that thing pumped up and he's ready to go,
Okay.
we'll have to take a cart, obviously. Tiger, Donald Trump,
Okay.
and Bill Clinton.
Ooh,
I want
Bubba.
to see Clinton and Trump hit each other with golf clubs, while Tiger and I just sit there and laugh and have a couple of cocktails.
Talk about women.
Talk about how we roofied people and and all this good stuff.
You can't. What? You didn't you've done that, Bill? Come on.
I haven't, but Tiger, I think.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't think
I mean, okay, how we have wined and dined and swayed women with our suave and debonair ways.
that's better.
All
Yeah,
right.
spend
How's
millions of dollars
Sure,
on the
sure.
covering things up and everything. Yeah,
So
that's not a bad.
yeah,
one.
that's a foursome I wouldn't mind. And I'd make Trump and Clinton ride in the same cart.
Oh yeah, the personalities there strong. Very very strong.
That would be entertaining right there. Right there, be entertaining. Hey, while we're on the subject of jokes, I got to tell one that I heard the other day from our good friend Margie.
Margie
Who lives in Ukaipa.
Okay.
She sent me in a joke, and I'm going to pass it on.
Here we go.
Why do they call women in Ukaipa tens?
Tens?
Tens. They're all tens out there.
Oh,
3 kids, 4 tattoos, and 3 teeth.
that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad at all. Tens in Ukaipa.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, no wonder she writes us in all the time. She's up there in those neck of the
Yeah,
woods.
she's up in God's country.
Yeah, doing the Lord's work.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Margie commented on our video.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Bill, nice shirt. I didn't know Goodwill carries Under Armour clothing.
Oh, God. Holy shit. Are you serious?
Margie. That's a good one. Kudos.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I
Bring it.
guess you're part right there, part and parcel with the rest of the Ukaipa girls. I guess you're able to utter that out with the 3 teeth you have. Well done, Margie. Good for you. Holy smokes.
Oh, Bill, let's see. Fred commented, I'm directionally dyslexic. You did you say that?
I did on the east or on the far left versus far
Oh.
east. far left versus far right. Yeah.
Where's this far
Yeah.
east?
Yeah.
Oh,
Told you I need a vacation.
Oh,
I
you
need-
got that
I need
right.
a quiet serenity of Lake Arrowhead.
Lake
Yeah.
Arrowhead. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Man, that was Margie. That was a good one.
Good one.
Bring your A game. We got to get together with Margie for a daiquiri or two sometime.
I don't know. I think she's she's a bit dangerous these days. I'm not sure I want her unleashed. I'm not sure I want her unleashed. However, our good friend in Chicago, who's vacationing and not vacationing, but our good friend in Chicago, who lives in LA, who's a big fan, who just subscribed to us, by the way, she has said that she will get her big girl voice one of these days, and she may come on.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would be great to talk Chicago sports with because, her dad and her family was close with Michael Jordan's bodyguard.
Oh, that's
back in the
right.
day.
Yeah.
So she could probably have some really good insight on some inside, things that went on in Chi-Town. Again, she's also a firm believer, as I am, that one said Mr. LaRussa should pack it up and go home.
Yeah.
Let's just resurrect. Let's just bring Don Zimmer from the dead, and, and stuff him and put him on the bench.
That's so funny. Well, it's crazy. There's actually someone in Chicago who supports law enforcement.
Absolutely,
Wow.
she does.
That's
Absolutely, she does.
outstanding.
Absolutely.
I would love to have her on and hear some of those stories about because that was cool in The Last Dance, seeing his interaction, George's interaction with his bodyguards and law enforcement and
He
stuff.
took care of him, man.
Oh
They
yeah.
were like father figures to him after his dad died.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me see here. Who else? Anyway, Bill. All right. So one thing from the weekend, I don't know if you tuned in or not, but those very talented Los Angeles Dodgers, they just keep screwing around this year. They sure did not show up in the Freeway Series.
Well, I'm going to say this. They blew a 13-run lead.
They didn't blow it, but they were up
could've.
13-0. Yeah.
And it becomes 14-11.
14-11. Yeah.
Okay.
That says a lot.
I mentioned this about 2 weeks ago when I saw the demise of their bullpen. A high school team I believe it was Montebello High School beat San Gabriel High School. I believe it was 45-0
in football.
Okay, in baseball.
Oh my God.
Okay, now
stop it.
I made the comment and everybody thought I was a lunatic. I said, the Dodgers need to win by that many so they don't blow a lead.
Yeah.
And I'm damn near right.
Yeah.
On that,
Oh, of course you are.
So their bullpen is just debaucherous. You know, they got a couple of hot dog vendors and a couple ushers throwing, relief for them now. So, I don't know what the story is.
I say
you can't go to Kenley Jansen every day because he's a crapshoot. He's a flip of a coin. Joe Kelly was hurt. The other guy who I thought was probably going to be their closer, the guy that they got from Oakland, what's his name?
I don't know.
Anyway, you Dodger fans know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. But I got to tell you, they're at third place in the NL West right now. It's
their bats are anemic.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Max Muncy guy.
No, he's all or nothing.
He's either a home run or a strikeout.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes so many good pitches. God, there's no aggressive hitters in the Dodger lineup. None.
Take.
Yeah. Take.
Well, we get that pitch on a tee. It doesn't happen, man. I just, the Angels came out, a lot of offense on Friday night.
They're a bad team.
They're a bad team, beating the Dodgers 2 out of 3, man.
You talk about having ushers and hot dog salesmen as pitchers. I think they've got, the parking lot guys.
You can't play down to your competition all the time, man.
And there's nothing wrong with parking lot guys. There's nothing wrong with hot dog vendors. And there's certainly nothing wrong with the ushers. But last time I checked, you're not supposed to be baseball players. So that's where I'm throwing the equation.
Yeah, no kidding. Bill, college baseball's 2 weeks away from having their postseason.
I don't even know who's playing. I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's even playing. I don't know who's like on COVID this, COVID that.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Our first full season, man.
I don't
it's nice.
care.
Yeah.
I hope Bowling Green wins the whole thing. Okay. Or Kent State or Appalachian State or Youngstown State. I don't care.
Beautiful. Well, the NCAA will screw up the College World Series.
Everything they touch
goes down the wayside. Let me see. No feedback yet from any listeners. Have you gotten any more feedback kind of with the show here the past few weeks? The fact that
no,
it's growing,
been kind of quiet. Maybe it's the calm before the storm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Our good friend down in Temecula listens, and she throws out some. She enjoys it. Because she knows me and she knows you now, and we just tell it like it is.
That's it.
So you did get a compliment from Mia out in lovely Sierra Madre. She goes, Matt seems like he's very, very schooled and professional in his communication. I said he should be. He got a degree in communications from Cal State Fullerton, for Christ's sake. He's doing something with it.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah,
finally.
He should be. Unlike me, who just shoots his mouth off and sticks his thumb in his ass, daily.
Yeah. It's got to work together here. Okay, Bill, here's a question from my good friend Freddie Monteblanco.
Freddie, God only knows what this is gonna be.
He says, what's the first few things Bill does if he were the $402 million lottery winner?
Wow. I would go to all 3 of my friends and cut them a check for, $1,000 each, something like that.
$400 million here to give your friends 3.
I'm not an enabler.
Oh, okay? Stop it.
I would probably the first how many things?
First what?
First 3 things I would do?
No, first few things.
Few things.
What would you do if you won the $400 million lottery?
I would get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see.
I would
building a mansion in Mexico.
I would summons a Learjet with a crew and say, I would just shut my eyes and get a map and point, and wherever it landed, other than the United States, I'd be gone.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I would definitely relocate.
Relocate.
Yeah,
And,
relocate.
but we would still do the show, right?
We would buy our own studio.
Yeah.
We would have our own list. We would hire degenerates, transients, and criminals to come in and sit in our audience.
Employ people.
Employ people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Create jobs.
And we would just have our own little private Idaho as far as doing what we want to do.
I would see it be more like like the Tonight Show. We come out, we have a little desk, maybe a live band. I mean, Get Home Safe podcast. I mean, this international.
Yeah.
Just I think it would be really
we'd
cool.
have surprise. Oh, look who just came on the stage.
Hey,
look who stopped by, Jerry Aldini.
Hey, what's going on?
Aldini,
Hey.
sit down. So yeah.
Good question, Fred. Yeah. I don't
Fred,
know.
that's beyond my pay grade to answer because I would never conceivably ever think that I could do such a thing. So
it would sure be nice to just have what's crazy is
you might as well ask me what I do the first, 3 dates I had with Jennifer Lopez. That makes about as much sense as me winning the lottery. In fact, I'd probably win the lottery before that would happen.
If you won the lottery, then you could go out with Jennifer Lopez. Probably.
I usually don't try to buy my women. They usually try to buy me. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You've bought in a few drinks.
I tell them, hey, can I buy you a drink? You just want the money. The more you drink, the better I'll look.
That's it. Good question. This just broke across the old S-Pen, although I don't think it's really new news, but apparently the Oakland Athletics are starting to look at relocating elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
So, I mean, that stadium
that should have been done probably, let's see, they moved to Oakland in 67. That should have been done in 1968.
Yeah, they've played since in 1968 and have let's see, Waterfront Stadium, whatever. Where do you think the Oakland A's should go? Las Vegas. You need a dome, but they can build that there.
Oh, sure.
If you
They
build
can
it,
do anything there. They can do anything they want there.
if you build it,
What happens in Vegas? Never happens.
Never. Well said. The Las Vegas Athletics. I like the sound of it.
The Las Vegas A's.
So Vegas is just going to rob
The Las Vegas fucking A's.
Las Vegas. So Vegas is just going to rob Oakland of all of its teams.
Absolutely.
Is that
Absolutely.
okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. You probably function better there. No taxes and state taxes and everything.
Yeah, there. Or I had heard that they always tried to go to. They wanted to go to San Jose, but the Giants have first right of refusal. But money can buy anything.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
What about Sacramento? Sacramento doesn't have. All they got is like the Kings there.
They got a good. That's become populated area. You could probably put some asses in some seats. Although that's where their minor league team is.
Yeah.
But then again, St. Paul is where Minnesota, the Twins minor league team is, and they're a stone's throw away from each other. Well, how about I don't know, maybe a Tascadero somewhere in the San Joaquin Valley. I don't know.
It's got a Tascadero A's. I like that.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it. Yeah. When's the last time a baseball franchise moved? DC. It was the Nationals from Montreal, right?
Now Montreal's screaming for a team.
Oh, but give everyone a team, man. Alive. Do you think baseball will expand outside of their 30 teams?
I don't, for this very reason. The talent is so diluted now. You would have, Joe Shit the Ragman playing third base. And I just, the talent is so diluted.
You would have to totally realign the divisions and everything.
That's beyond Rob Manfred's pay grade. All he can do is fuck the game up. He can't make it better.
Yeah.
So
I could see two 16-team two 16-team AL, 16-team NL, maybe just go 2 divisions, an East and a West, like the good old days.
I guess.
I don't know. 8 teams.
No, they want to expand playoffs. Everybody gets a cookie. They want to
yeah.
make it the AYSO playoffs. Everybody's a winner. Everybody gets a trophy.
It is interesting, this whole concept of teams leaving areas, because we've seen it in football and now potentially with baseball. The A's have been in that garbage stadium forever. And it's
trust me, it's
bad.
It's a mausoleum.
Oh,
They call it the
Coliseum.
It's the mausoleum. I've been there. I was there on a warm, supposedly warm July afternoon for a day game. I froze my ass off. The only place worse was Candlestick Park.
Yeah.
Candlestick was the worst.
Oh, I've been there for a football game. Oh,
the worst.
Terrible place. But yeah, they build up. You got to eventually build up new stadiums in these places. The problem is a lot of owners don't want to pay for it, and they want citizens to pay for it. It's like, we're paying for everything else. 50, whatever the tax rate is now. So, all right, another question. This is a serious one, Bill. This is from good man Kevin Scarpio from the High Desert. He says, this is a question for Bill on self-defense. He says, if you go on vacation, is it within your right to have a gun in your room at a hotel? If there is an intruder, can you use it? I know depending on the state, right, it has to do with, that's not really carrying, concealed carry, right?
It is your residence for the time being. I'm going to give you an educated guess and say absolutely. If you own the weapon and you transport it with the bullets in one pocket and the weapon in a case
legally, yeah, they got it.
And then load it when you get into the room, as long as it's kept in a safe place where your kids can't get it, or the maid's not going to find it. Maybe and again, this will defeat the purpose. But you put it in a locked safe, and you just tell the hotel invader, stop. I need to get in my safe. Yeah. That's a great question. I personally, when I travel, it's with me. And when I leave my room, I lock it in if I either take it with me or I lock it in the safe. But when I get back, I open it up and I put it in the nightstand right next to me, because I don't know about you, but I've had many a hot maid kick in the door and want to have, some words with me in the middle of the night. And, I need to defend myself.
Yeah. You never know, man. Yeah. It's just from a legal standpoint. Have you ever rolled or been involved as a police officer in some places where a situation where self-defense was used, where you guys rolled up on someone and they had just defended themselves? They now have to put the weapon aside while you investigate.
Yes,
but yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. And how they articulate the reasons for them using that force is usually foremost in how the investigation is going to go. If you can articulate that you feared for your life, great bodily injury, or those around you, you're pretty much covered.
But isn't there a shakiness to the person involved in that situation? They probably never fired a gun before or used a knife or whatever the case is. And they're probably a little shook from it all. I mean,
yeah, even if you have, if it's your first bout with real life drama like that, yeah, you're going to be a little shooken up, but you're given time. You usually want an attorney present, and that attorney will tune you up on what to say, what not to say, how to answer the questions. Boom, boom, boom.
Because that still is a potential suspect in something, right? Even though they're explaining.
Well, yeah, and you've
themselves.
got to, you have to investigate whether the self-defense was reasonable, whether it was legal, reasonable.
Interesting. No, that's it's always good stuff to talk about, because it seems like some people don't want to talk about it, and it's like, well, you may want to have some knowledge to it. Life or death situations. This is from my brother Sam, who has a suggestion for you, Bill. He knows kind of, I think, your taste a little bit. He says this is something on Netflix. It's a short docudrama that he thinks you will like. It's called The Sons of Sam: A Descent into Darkness.
Yes. I was in high school, just 1977. The bulk of Son of Sam's killings in New York were done when I was in high school and just graduated. And I remember that. I remember Mr. Berkowitz, kind of a deranged letter carrier for the post office, was blaming all of his killings on a dog.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wow. It was a great story. I mean, a very sad story. They made it into a movie a few years ago, but I just heard the previews for that this morning as I was driving over here. I will watch that.
Yeah.
I will watch that, because now the theory is there could have been more shooters, which I find complete bullshit. But I'll watch it and I'll give it, I'll give it my, my attention and see what
that was New York, right?
Yes, it was the Bronx.
The Bronx is, yeah. The same
Yeah.
time the Yankees are doing their thing.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I think that's.
In fact, that summer in New York, you had the Son of Sam going nuts, killing people. You had a big blackout in July of '77. You had all kinds of anarchy going on in the city of New York back then.
Like 2021 again. Yeah, 2020.
Well, so it's it's like the earth it's like the sun with the earth and the axis. Everything comes back. Everything comes back. Fashions come back. Going to a Goodwill store and buying your sweatshirts, it comes back, right? you know, as Margie said, I bought this. No, I bought this not at a Goodwill, Margie. I bought it at a complete legitimate retail shop, Ross Dress for Less. Okay.
Wow.
Or Marshall's or one of those cheap joints. One step up from Goodwill, but
hey, either way, you shopping is rather something kind of entertaining to think about.
Have you been shopping with me before?
No, but I see what you bring home to say. It's always something bright, something like track wear kind of, and you always look ready to rock and roll. It's always nice, Bill.
You know, try to bring some brightness and happiness to a person's life.
That's all you do.
Okay.
That's all you're doing. Man.
Just because I'm in a dark, deep-seated tomb of despair doesn't mean I can't make other people happy. Okay.
How was Sunday? How was your Mother's Day? Did you do something nice?
Yeah.
For your mom?
Here's what I did this year. It was a unique gift. I got her a card. I put a post on. She was not a Facebook user until Sunday. So what I said was, hey, I got a present for you. And I opened up my phone and I had put a picture of her on there and saying, you know, some stuff about her. And then there was like 130 comments and like 150 likes. And I said, look, strangers reaching out, saying hello and wishing you happy Mother's Day and saying, you know, what a beautiful person you are, blah, 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 blah. And she loved it. It was a great gift. And now she's a Facebook user. And guess what? Now she can monitor me doing this. And I'll probably get, you know, she'll go out to the tree and get a switch when I come over and she'll blister my butt like she used to back in the day. All right. So again, you think you're doing something smart and it ends up, you know, excuse the pun, biting you in the ass.
Yeah. Like most things with you, Bill, you think you're doing something nice. That's funny. So does your mom tune into the show ever?
Yeah. She's been binge watching lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And now she's got some issues and she's consulted a psychiatrist and she's going to get some help because she's, you know, completely disheveled from thinking, you know, what her son was and what he is now. She had a whole different light on who I was and what I am. And now she sees this and she's completely disgusted.
Why disgusted?
Well, good. Look at me, for God's sake.
Oh boy. I find it so funny. Anytime your mom calls you, the way you answer the phone, I'm like, who is that? It's my mom. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, I must say she's 81 years old. She's still in very good health. She's 81 going on 31. She does very well. She gets around just fine. Nothing slows her down. And, you know, so don't feel bad for her. Be happy for her. So anyway, we'll
she's got a son, Bill Barnes.
Yeah, she's got this knucklehead that she has to. You know, I mean,
so she was hard on you as a kid?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are you kidding me?
That's good.
Are you kidding me?
What's the worst punishment she gave you?
Oh.
I should say, because of that, what did you do to deserve such a punishment as a young lad?
Well, I took a camera apart one time when I was told not to. But the better of me got it. I took it apart, exposed the film, and it was, you know, back in 69, 70, I was 10, 11 years old. And she goes, okay. She goes, come over here, lay across my lap. And she started like bare ass putting the hammer to my butt. And I squirmed off, hit the floor, chin first, gashed my chin, had to go to the doctor. Okay. The emergency room. Back then, child abuse was completely acceptable. They didn't ask any questions. My mom told them what she did. They go, okay, very fine, no problem. They stitched me up. If that had happened nowadays, she'd be in jail and I'd be in a foster home. Okay. So pain is always a good deterrent.
Yeah.
Okay. And I still have the scar to this day from it somewhere. And that was probably the worst. And of course, she felt bad and maybe a little for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And you know, so that and she would do things like embarrass me and humiliate me.
Oh,
like if I did something, like if I didn't do my homework, or if I like said I did the dishes the night before and I didn't, and she found out, she would show up at school and walk in my classroom and bring the dirty dishes in with her.
Oh, that's great.
And I would be completely humiliated beyond humiliation. Everybody, you know,
lesson learned.
Yeah. I mean, so it was tough love, but you know, look at me now.
Yeah, exactly. Tough love. We love those are great stories. I mean, moms are the best. That's hilarious. Let me ask you this kind of as we get around third here. This is something I thought about the other day, and I think I kind of know your answer, but the way things are going these days, maybe it's changed a little bit. The whole concept of going out versus staying in, for so long, we didn't have the option to go anywhere here in California. And now we can, because I got to tell you, I enjoy meeting up with friends and seeing you guys and everything out at a watering hole or something. But I don't know, the more and more I get older here, I'm like, I kind of like staying in. Maybe it's because I'm not home that often.
Well, I'll tell you what, after a year of being confined, now that we can go out a little bit, I've gone out a couple times, and now after about an hour, I'm going, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm getting all these fucking people around me are bothering me. I'm ready to go.
That's what I mean.
You know? Because, it's like we're all a bunch of cats that got out of a cage after being cooped up, and everybody irritates everybody now. I know I get irritated, and I probably irritate people. Although I keep to myself and I keep my mouth shut and I don't act like the idiot that I am now in public. I save it for here. But it's like, I'm not, I can't envision myself doing the things that I once did, like going to a bar and sitting there and closing it down. 2 a.m. is like the time I get up now, not the time I go to bed. So it's like, I'm gonna late afternoon, have a cocktail, go home, and that's it.
Well, some people they love the nightlife, and I get off work pretty late, but like the last thing I want to do is go. So I want to go home.
Right.
Like some people, nope, I can't go home. I got to go find some food or some drinks or something. And I'm like, man, screw that. I want to get home and relax. Watch the day off me,
Right.
and if I relax, I have a drink or whatever, that's fine. But like some people crave going out, and some people. I don't know. It's to each his own, I guess. But
I don't know. Maybe as things keep opening up and things progress, it'll change, but I doubt it.
Well, like we used to meet up late at night, and I know you don't do the whole like 2 o'clock thing in the afternoon, But
2 p.m. or 2 a.m. I'm asleep.
Either way, I like kind of as the sun is going down. I think that's a good time. Head out, and then if I'm out past midnight somewhere, it's nothing good happens anyway. I mean, you might as well get back early, set up shop, or start for the next day. So
exactly
going out versus staying in, especially with this past year we've had. So
I'm an early evening guy, late afternoon, early evening, and then shut it down and go home.
Now you used to get up late though, like you would bathrobe till noon. Are you an early riser now?
Oh yeah. I wake up every morning, whether I go to bed at 8 p.m., midnight, 3 a.m., I'm up.
Wow.
And I have to sometimes get up at that time to go do my job. But most of the time, I have to force myself to go back to sleep. Oof. And then by 5:30, I'm up and that's it. And then I'm in, a lot of times I could conceivably get in bed and sleep like at 7:30, 8 o'clock. But if I do that, then when I wake up at 3, I'm up. I'm done.
Wow.
I'm up. And there's what's there to do at 3 a.m.?
Nothing. Nothing good. Nothing good.
So my system is evolving into some old man weirdness. So just accept it.
Yeah, that's life. That's life. Finding new ways. Well, Bill, what else? Anything else you want to discuss today? Sports, politics, current events, randomness, anything that you want to touch on before we?
Not really. I think we've hit it. People can only digest so much of this before they start regurgitating. So I think we've given them enough to have some good thoughts for the day and motivate and inspirate.
Yeah,
and then they can go hydrate. So
motivate, inspirate, and hydrate. That's not bad. I gotta write these down. Every now and then you have some good ones there.
And again, it's right off the top of my head.
That's the only way to do it. So well, we'll call it a day then. And as we know, as soon as we hit stop recording here,
World War III is going to be declared 15 minutes after we sign off. We're going to have incoming, it's going to be World War III, dogs eating cats, cats eating dogs. It's going to be complete and utter anarchy. So we'll break into live programming if that happens.
Yeah. Well, what you got to do is you got to you got to win that lottery so we can have a massive studios in,
Yes.
in Texas somewhere, or
Mhm, sure.
Mexico, wherever.
Mhm.
All right. Well, it's been another fun edition of the weekly Wednesday weigh-in here on the Get Home Safe podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Bill Barnes, always appreciate you coming over here to the studio and making the
I got
magic.
nothing else to do.
Now you got to sit around for 6 days.
I go home to a sink full of dirty dishes now. That'll keep me occupied for the rest of the day.
Yeah, or your mom will come to your work, come to your school. Right?
She will show up with a friggin' with a switch off a tree and say, "Bend over." I'm in trouble.
Oh, well, happy Mother's Day to Bill's wonderful
Yeah,
mom.
happy Mother's Day to every mother out there.
Yeah, a few days
Yeah.
late, but all
Yeah,
good.
we're late, but some people out there are thankful that you do nice things for them, and some aren't.
I hear you.
And they know who I'm talking about. All right, I'll just leave it at that. You make a nice gesture, you try to surprise, and it's like, what are you doing here?
Oh boy.
So anyway, I'll leave it at that.
I'll
leave it at
I can
that.
imagine. I can imagine.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's enough. Well,
Yeah.
Bill, thanks again. Looking forward to next week. And yeah, it should be
God willing.
God willing. Thanks for listening, guys. And yeah, we'll be back next week.
So long.